All right, here we go. All right. Hey, as a beginner, Paint T, he asked how many reps do I got to do as a beginner? Listen, you just got to start. It's not about the number. It's just about you starting and doing something every day. That's it. All right, first card, my friends. John Conway, good morning. Oh, in Afghanistan. Jeez, yeah, everybody from everywhere. I love you guys. 2, we got a great community here. Start this clock. 2. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, see, I don't do I don't do any warm-ups. So the first about 8 cards that I go through, this is what it takes for me to get warmed up, getting through about 8 of these cards. We're doing 10 for a queen. All right. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, it takes a minute. Loosen everything up. Good morning, friends. We're doing 10 for the Joker. 3rd card in. Ah, there we go. Good morning. Here we go. 7. 7. Hey, Diamond Cobra. Thank you for supporting the channel. He told a mate of his to do these with him. 7. I appreciate the support, my friend. Oh man. Woo-wee. Those first couple. Just getting through that warm-up phase, you know? 3. Kiwi Soup says Ric Flair used to use cards with his workout too. I believe it, man. It's a great motivation, you know, having a visual like this. Let's see. Friends ask, can he eat to gain weight? My friend, carbs will be your best friend, right? 2. I notice when I eat more protein, I get leaner and trimmer. It's the more carbs that I eat that really hydrate the muscles, give me energy to work out. Good money. Okay. So we're about 4 minutes in now, right? And we're doing a jack, and we'll be doing 10 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm about warmed up. Now this little 7 or 8 cards get me warm. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Jason Clave, I believe that I'm just so out of shape that it's taken me more than a week to get going because I'm still very sore. LOL. Yeah, I think like after the 6th day. So yeah, I guess about just after a week is when the workout became, you know, manageable. You know, I started getting used to it pretty after a week, right? 9, I'm doing 9. Change happens quick. Yeah, yep. I mean, when I very first started, you know, like I was just happy to do 200 push-ups during a workout. I thought that was really inspiring, you know, when I first started. 4, you know, you got to start somewhere. You just, I mean, if I did 1 set of lunges, you know, I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. 4. You don't have to do a lot. You just have to do, you know, 4. Yeah, there will be progress. Good morning, my friends. Let's see, 8, my friends. Well, there's a lot of comments here. Let's see, this workout routine works. You'd be surprised how physically you change for the best. Notice the difference overall, the physiques and definition to those who haven't started yet. Hey, thank you, Diamond Cobra. Appreciate your contribution to the discussion. We're doing 8. Yeah, changes happen quick with this. 8. And I can't say it enough for all the beginners. You're just joining late and you're seeing this and you're trying to go along with it. You know, I am moving at a quick pace. You know, don't expect to be able to keep up with me first time out. That's for sure. All you have to do is keep on pushing, right? Stay positive with your goals. We're doing an ACE, and I do 10 for the ACEs, right? Everything is progress, right? Just gotta start. Just start. That's it. Now, so for beginners to get through a deck of cards, it's all about how you pace yourself, right? If you have a deck of cards, like I did in my cell, I would walk from one end of the cell, do a deck like push-ups, to the other end of the cell, and I would do body squats. We're doing 3, gentlemen, 3. So it's that little space in between each one that'll give you the just enough rest time to slow it down, slow the pace down. You know. Let's see, what's the idea of doing incline push-ups rather than normal ones on the floor? Thank you, my friend, Turk Tonic. That's just an elevated surface is just to show that beginners can make the job easier by going off an elevated surface, right? And if you're advanced like yourself, you could just put it on the ground, right? You can make it harder on the ground. The elevated surface is just to make the job easier for beginners, you know? That's all. 6. Now, the, I mean, you can make this harder in many ways. You can increase your intensity, and what I mean by that is like you can work on your flex, right? 8. We're doing 8. So if I'm flexing and squeezing the whole time throughout my set, like this, right? Really trying to flex and rotate and squeeze. And I could do that with my squats too. I could flex and rotate outwards, right? So that's the intensity, right? How else can I adjust the difficulty of it? Well, duration, right? I can increase the duration, or I can decrease the duration, right? We can do it in a quicker pace, right? But we got to be able to breathe, keep up with that pace, right? So advanced guys want to make it harder, you just got to go quicker and add more intensity. 10, we're doing 10. Guys who are beginning, just focus on the finesse, right? Focus on a nice even push. 2 arms, nice and evenly. You don't want to overcompensate with one arm over the other, and that happens a lot. So you just got to be aware of that. All right. All right, guys. Good morning, Calvin. Let's see. Chest fatter. Workout making the chest fatter. Doofin, I think Dorfin. He asked how you make the chest wider, I believe. That might have been his question. Well, you got to go wider. 10. We're doing 10, right? So if I could spread out my arms wider, if I had something to do that on or on the ground, it just makes you wider. Same thing with the pull-ups. The wider I go with my grip, the wider my back gets, you know. But for more thicker development, I believe that a closer grip is better for that. Because, you know, when I Google, you know, what position on bench stimulates more muscle growth, it says the closer grip stimulates more muscle growth. A more narrow grip does anyways. But, you know, everybody likes to go wide, despite that's what it's the common theme is. 8. So, let's see, my friends. You're doing great, everyone. 13 minutes in and we're doing 8. Heck yeah, day 16, guys. Doing great. All right, 7. All right, yeah. Check this out, just a visual. We are whittling down this deck. Doing great, guys. Hustle to Muscle says, I ate so much protein now I'm gassy and bloated. 4. Well, better to eat the protein than drink that stuff that's going to screw up your stomach. 4. Now I like to personally, I just like to work out on an empty stomach. You know, I drink my coffee and have my glass of water, but I just like to work out on an empty stomach. But that's just me, you know. 3. 3. 3, my friends. Okay, moving along pretty well. Let's see. Yes, let's see. You. What's going on with the cards? Good question, Nick. The card is a good visualization tool for to keep you motivated through your workout. You know, it's a visual ace. See how far you've gone. It's motivating. See how far you got left to go. It's motivating. Ace, we're doing 10. I was getting a lot of questions on how do you get the motivation to work out and whatnot. I got that question a lot over and over again. I just thought, well, let me just show these guys a tool, you know, the card game. You know, Queen, guys, we're doing 10. You know, it helps. Hey, thanks, Ben. Yeah, head tattoo, right? That was done in my younger days. 10. Yeah, that's when I was young, and I had my what do you call it? I had my idea on life all screwed up. You know, I thought I was just gonna sell drugs, and you know, that was gonna be my life. I was just gonna be a drug dealer. That's what I thought as a young man. You know, with the marijuana tattoo and all the tattoos. You know, it's growing up. I'm like, I'm just gonna. As soon as I discovered weed, I was like, oh, this is for me. You know, but I was young and dumb, right? Plenty of that. Had plenty of those days. Young and dumb, learning the hard way, right? Queen, we're doing 10, guys. Real question. Is it fun looking scary? Geo Planet. Is it fun looking scary? You get a lot of looks, and they're not all positive. Pretty much, mostly, none of the looks are positive. You get, especially, you know, it's funny if you observe me in the grocery store. You know, nobody will look at me in my eyes, but as soon as they walk past me, they're breaking their neck to stare me down. But whatever. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I don't do it for them. I do it for myself. You know, it's just about, you know, the first sitting for the head tattoo was over 8 hours long with 2 guys tattooing my dome at the same time, right? I was on my way to a concert. Let's see, I think it was Ween, right? And I went to that concert, just blood dripping down my head and a beer in each hand. You know, when I was young, I was a wild man, believe it or not. Four, I had no self-control, no discipline. It was just all go, 100% go, you know? That was just me growing up. Yeah, you know, it's funny. You see all these tattoo guys, right? You know, but you know, like they're all like really nice guys. 10, right? You know, a lot of dog rescuers. You know, I'm really big into helping animals. 10. And none of my tattoos are negative in any way. You know, I got, you know, serenity across my knuckles, you know. What was that? I got unity up here. You know, people just see, oh, he's bald and he's white. He's got tattoos. He must be a skinhead, right? You know, nobody looks past that. 10, you know, but we're doing 10, guys. Joker. And you know, if you ever see a picture of a chomo, a child molester, they're the most plain looking people. You never see one looking like me. No, we're the good guys. 5. All right, 21 minutes in, guys. Check that out. I'd have to say we're more than halfway, right? All right, this is what we got left, right? And this is what we did. You guys are doing great. It's not about the numbers. It's not. This is just self-discipline, right? You're doing something every day for 30 days. You're creating a habit. Your body's releasing some adrenaline from this workout for 30 days straight. You're programming your body to love fitness. That's what's happening here, right? 9. It's more about just doing the push-ups. You got to do some self-evaluating, some self-discipline. 9. You know, self-discipline is so important, right? It's when I let my ego run the show. It's when I've always hurt myself. You know, you have to discipline the ego. Man, that's where the real work lies, guys. These carbs ain't nothing to compare to controlling that ego. 6. All right. Closet culture says, I have a nerve problem, in pain a lot. I exercise almost every day. It helps me a lot. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your contribution to the discussion. You know, that was my experience as well. I can relate. I was hit by a car in 2001, wearing a backpack leaf blower. 10. We're doing king for 10, resulting in a slip disc, LS51. All right, my slip bulging disc up against my sciatica, right? I'm in pain all the time. That's my normal. 10. got injured. I babied that injury. I babied it. Then I started walking funny because I was babying it. I was like, I get this cripple thing going on. I developed other pains all over my body because I was babying that one pain. It wasn't until I started moving again. Yeah, man. 6. Yeah, I could relate. 6. Just like the warm-up set this morning, right? How agonizingly painful it was for the first 7 or 8 cards, right? Right? If you don't warm up, that's your normal feeling all the time. Agonizing, right? You got to go through the motions to get past that agonization. The agony, right? I think a lot of us we're not stretched, and that's where our pain's coming from. We're just not warmed up. Our body's just not warmed up. 8. I think if a lot of us just stretched, it would eliminate a lot of grief. 8. Yeah. Stretching's fantastic, Let's see. Putting in the work, guys. Guys, we're doing great. Keep up the positivity, all right? Stay focused on the positive vibration. 4. As we are in the process of making a change. 4. Good money. My brother Justin Pollock came over on his channel, Jack of Justin of All Trades. Yeah. I had my camera going too. We did a little pull-up workout yesterday evening, but my phone was just nothing but sunlight, just blaring down the lens. 6. But his phone captured it pretty well. We did a quick little pull-up session on the swing set, and then we dug out my weight belt that you can attach weights to your pull-ups. I did like I think I added 90 pounds to my pull-ups. And then I did them in a drop set, drop 1 45-pound plate, continue, and then drop the other 45-pound plate. We're doing 5, sorry. And then continue in that drop set. It was a fun workout. But I don't think it's together yet. Probably need a couple hours for him to edit it, get it up, but it was fun. I love pull-ups. Yeah, hey, the first week of this, man, I was like sweating bullets. It looked like I just stepped out of the shower, right? But I could tell, even that, my body is getting used to. 10. We're doing great, guys. We're at 29 minutes. Yeah, yesterday was like pretty much my first pull-up, like heavy pull-up workout since the accident, being electrocuted by the primary power lines last month. And that really took a lot out of me. 10. We're doing 10. Closet Culture says you do yoga and dancing. Yeah, full body workout for sure. You know what? I had attempted yoga, and I gotta tell you, it's way more intense than any of you know. It's like you're sore in places you didn't even know you had muscles. You know, it's just like all the little secondary stabilizing muscles, they all get so sore. I got like, whew, I felt like sick after the workout. I honestly did. You know, 10. I should do yoga though. I should do a little bit. A little bit's better than none, right? 10. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what's going on, my friends. Oh, H-Jam. Early day of work. Hey man, I appreciate you taking the time to support. 10. I appreciate all of you guys taking the time to support. 10. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the inspiration that I need to see, you know? I need to see it, yeah, to really help me push through, you know? That's the fantastic part about this. We're getting there. And we're 32 minutes in. That's great. Oh, let's see. Okay, Mike, see you later, my friend. Queen, we're doing 10. Good money. Woo-wee. Yeah, all right. And, you know, if you got water by you, stay hydrated, right? What does the head tattoo mean? It's sick like corn. It's a sun, if you can see. I just originally when I got it, it was only that big, right? And I was headed out to a concert. You know, I was just young. I thought it looked cool. You know, it's a strange situation, right? Because when I was a little boy, and then drawing with crayons, you know, I drew myself with this tattoo on my head, a sun tattoo. It's funny. I was like 4 or 5 years old, you know. But I saw the sun tattoo and I'm like, wow, that's sweet. And then I got it done. You know, the first session, like I said, took 8 hours. 2 guys working at the same time. You know, just scraping the scabs off, making sure they got it down nice and clean, you know. 5, we're doing 5. But, so, I mean, that was the start of it. And, I just kept adding on to it and adding on to it. There was a good period from the original start, the center of the sun, that I got there. It pretty much just looked like a yarmulke, right? One of those religious hats. So everybody was, saying, hey man, nice yarmulke. All right, 10, we're doing 10 here. But that was just the start of the tattoo. I just brought the sun because it fits the skull really nice, 10. And like my thought process as a young teen, in getting my tattoos, I thought, I would design it like armor. Like I was always into like medieval knights in the suits of armor, and I was kind of designing my tattoos like suits of armor kind of thing, I don't know. I like to think, like, be artistic about my tattoos. I like it to flow. 10. But there are a good amount of tattoos I just got just because I wanted to get some ink. Yeah, like the first part of my head, the one that took 8 hours, like 2 years down the road, I did it again just to sit through that, self-discipline, just to have that tattooed again, to tell myself, steady, control yourself. It's a workout just sitting there in the chair getting drilled on. It is. Self-discipline. I noticed with my skateboarding, because I like to do longboards. That's just like skateboarding, like 25, 30 miles an hour on a large skateboard. I noticed after I'd get my head tattooed and I go out skating the next day, 7, that there was a period from getting my tattoo for like 2-3 day period where I was in the zone, right? 7. I always thought of tattoos like a form of meditation, Hey, let's see. I am burgers. I've been doing normal push-ups for years. Doing it this way has made me huge. Yeah, I mean, that was my experience too, man. I'm happy to pass it along to you. 9. 9. When I was a young adult, being fit and always curious about the fitness world, right? Reading the men's health magazines and whatnot, going to GNC, buying the supplements, having the gym card, and going out to, it was Bally's at the time. Bally's was the gym when I was growing up. Went there, I did everything the magazine told me to do. I didn't get any real results until I had nothing but myself in a prison cell. That's when I got some real results. Ace, we're doing 10. And it's because I saw everybody doing these half rep range of motions and making gains while I was stubbornly just doing what I read in the magazine. 10, we're doing 10 for the ace. Because the results were right there in front of me, watching these men, just get jacked with doing these half reps. And then when I try it myself, You know, it was like stepping into a completely different body after 2 months of doing this. You know, it's just like, it's fantastic. Nine, 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 my friends. We are doing 9. Yeah. And shit, man, fuck. I'm sorry. Um, with my PTSD now, you know, how I am around crowds, you know, prison leaves an impression on you. You know, if I go out to dinner, I got my back to the wall. I got my eyes on the door, you know. Um, that's the only way I can be comfortable eating, you know. And I go out to the grocery store. I got to put blinders on, man. It's hard. It's hard to stay focused. But because you know, we went out to dinner the other day, right? My little girl was getting popcorn at the popcorn machine, right? And there's this dude, he's got no self-respect for himself at all, or the people around him, right? No self-respect. And he's coming over, my little girl's, my little girl was at the claw machine trying to grab a stuffed animal. And this dude swings open this popcorn machine, slamming it into the claw machine, just bumping into her, right? You know, like, you know, I can't be out in public like this because I can't stand people. Ace. You know, when I first went to prison, I bumped into a guy in the chow line on accident. You know what he told me? Don't ever let it happen again, right? I learned self-respect. I learned how to carry myself, right? Bunch of disrespectful people out there. And they don't even know who they are. They're just out there living by their urges, right? He's just all he's thinking about is popcorn, slamming into my little girl, right? 10, right? He's driven by, you know, his emotions. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into these tangents. 7. But I recognize it as myself, you know. So many times. 2. See, I don't have self-discipline. Do you see how I just let my emotions get away from me, right? 2. I am a work in progress. 2. Good job, everyone. You did well. 43 minutes. What's up, guys? Let's see. So, I'm sorry. The channel is about seriously becoming better, right? Uplifting yourself and becoming better, making the decision to be better, right? That's what the channel's about, right? During my prison time, I saw what all the other guys were doing, this half-rep prison push-up method, keeping the tension on one muscle group at a time before passing the job on to the next. Keeping the pump right in one spot before passing the pump on to the next. It creates super quick growth right before your eyes. Right now we're in day 16 of 30, right? I've done this workout for 11 months straight when I first went to prison. And I saw the results happen right before my eyes, all the development in my body, right? It just happened. I saw the results, I saw everybody else doing it. So I just want to share with you guys how awesome and quickly this works, to really shape up your body. So that's why we're here. And I just want to uplift all of you, and I'm learning along the way, right? I'm not perfect, but I am in the process of doing better, okay? So let's check out some of these questions. How are you guys? Hey, Joseph, great help, bro, from Rhode Island. Good. Thanks for following along, man. Closet Culture, you're doing awesome, and I'm glad you're staying out. The justice system is always trying to catch you in the loop. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a for-profit. I mean, that's what it is. As long as there's a profit to made off of incarcerating people, it won't be just. Let's see. Hi. Let's see. David Jeans. Hi, Jesse. It's driving me and that I can't follow along my back injury, but I'll be better soon and back with you, my friend. Please don't stop. Hey, you're in the process, my friend. Thank you for your support. It's all about, we're supporting the vibration of one man helping another man and the next man helping the next man. All right, we're just throwing that pebble into that pond, making that vibration of positivity. All right, and we're all doing it together. Let's see. Patrick McGovern. And you utilize what you saw to your advantage. Respect. I couldn't get long-term treatment, so I volunteered for a drug court. Everyone told me it was a trap, but I knew what I was capable of, right? Yeah, man, we're all on a journey. And yeah, it is a trap. They want to keep you in the system because it is for profit. I mean, that's just what it is. Prisons are for profit. Yeah. And they will be unjust because there's always going to be greed. How can you make a little bit more? All these prisons right now, they're owned by privateer companies, right? And they just get paid by the state because they're doing it cheaper. They're buying cheaper food for the inmates. They're just doing less and profiting more. That's what it is. Whatever. Hey, Patrick, 7 years clean. Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, I don't know how long I've been clean from the dope, but it's been a long time, man. Let's see. You don't know me, but I want to thank you for being a positive influence in the world. Well, I do know you, Lance. You're my friend. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Do you have any dough suggestions for me? I don't know what that is. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah. Look, right? So, yeah, all right, during my time, yes, I've met people in there who have gotten 20 years for marijuana, right? I got 18 months for marijuana, and then when I got out, they gave me 9 years for gun possession because I couldn't have a gun from the marijuana charge, So it was just like, once you get in the system, it's doom. And it's just like, if they can get you again, they will. They got you once, it'll be easy a second time. But I was set up the second time, Don't matter though. Let's see. Let's see, Jesse Matthews. Hey, now, I think you stole something from me, my name. Oh, Jesse. Hey, yeah, it's a good name, right? All right, what's the next progression? Okay, after the 30 days, let's see. The business finder asks. Well, I'm just going to take you through what I did in prison. You know, so um, yeah, we're going to be getting into the pull-ups, and we're going to start with inverted rows because that's just how I learned personally how to do pull-ups. I couldn't do a single one, but it's a lot easier, and you get really good shape from the inverted rows, right? Good morning, my friends. Jesse, are you afraid of death, especially after seeing so much in prison? No, my friend. It is what it is. Uh, I, I mean, I, I'm just not scared of it. I mean, if it's our time, it's our time, right? And I don't think, energy ever dies. It just continues. All right, Blake. God bless this morning family. Hey, yeah, I really appreciate all of you. And these morning talks and this morning workout. I mean, this gets my head right. This is what keeping me sucker free right here. It's all of you. I read your comments. It helps me. It does. All right, all right. How did you find the detoxing period? I can't imagine. Uh, of what, my friend? I've, I've, I, I was a heroin addict. That was a hell of a detox. Um, very bad. But the methadone detox was worse. The coming off what the doctors put me on, that methadone, that's a 6 month withdrawal, right? Of nothing but diarrhea, puking. I mean, I don't know why you would give somebody a stronger opiate than one you're taking. Okay, so you're taking dope, right? Which has a 3-day detox, and then they want to put you on some dope that has a 6 month detox. What is that about, right? It's about money. They want you to give them that money, right? That's it. Fucking criminals. All right, let's see, my friends. I came off 120 milligrams of methadone my first time in country. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. So they had me on uh, 40 milligram wafers 3 times a day. And my goodness. Yeah, I withered down to like 136 pounds. I couldn't drink water. I couldn't keep any fluids in. It was sick. I was sick. Yeah, I did stop using by myself. I did. Salt baths for recovery. Epsom salt, my friend. Epsom salt. They have it in pretty much every store. I mean, you can go to the dollar store and get it. Just don't get anything with fragrance in it. It's got to be fragrance free. The Epsom salt, it's got that magnesium in it, and the magnesium goes right through your skin into your achy muscles. And I'm always pleasantly surprised at how well I feel after an Epsom salt bath. Um, well, an update on getting hit by the power lines last month. You know, the primary line, 6 to 10 second duration, being fried. I'm feeling a lot better. You know, although every joint on the left side of my body, I can feel it. It's similar feeling to being swollen, although I don't feel any actual swollenness. It's just like all the joints on the side of the body got, you know, cooked. It's gonna take a while to reheal. Oh, David, man, 210 milligrams for me. It was rough. Did you guys come off this stuff on your own, or did you have medical help? Because it was hell. It was hell for me, all by myself. Do you think cold plunges would help you in today's recovery? I think a cold plunge would be fantastic because I'm trying to stimulate my nerve system, right? That's why I started taking all the lion's mane mushroom, and listening to the classical music or the binary beats or the 432 megahertz, hearing that stuff to stimulate my mind because after the initial injury, I get these crazy migraines, these blinding migraines. So I did everything I could to stimulate my brain, my mind. That was part of it. I think a cold plunge would have been awesome though. Oh man, came to Florida, never left. Meds and rehab, yeah man. Yeah, it's still a hell of a detox. I don't care what anyone says. That's like the worst detox I've ever been in. 6 months of dope sickness, right? Boy, I swear during that time, I had like a mental breakdown, just like, it was crazy. Hey, Boomer, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for your support. House of House of Nilo. I've heard about the lion's mane. He says, how's it work? It tastes great. I really like it, and I am immediately, my focus is up during it. Um, I heard that the lion's mane mixed with vitamin D and K2, all that stuff was helpful. I was reading anything to help stimulate um, my mind during that injury because it was very scary getting those blinding migraines. Um, let's see. Joseph McGraw, do you smoke weed? Yes, sir, I do. I have a medical marijuana card here in my state of Ohio for pain management because I was struck by a car in 2001, resulting in a slip disc. And they put me on a lot of opiates. And, for me personally, just a little bit of marijuana was what I needed. The opiates turned me into a heroin addict, you see. And I can maintain just fine with something natural. These opiates are just, and it's a touchy subject. John Conway, lion's mane does do something indeed. Must get some more. It's yummy, right? I feel instant focus as soon as I take it too. And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but it's getting difficult to stay focused recently. I think I don't know what it is. Um, I'm just gonna reevaluate my diet. Right. Let's see, Patrick. I can relate. They had most people dependent on opiates only to call them addicts later. Right. Well, I mean, it's all for profit, right? It's all for profit. It's just a business. Uh, Low key dangerous. C5, C6, herniated disc, weed, and good workout is all that helps me, right? Thanks for the contribution, my friend. I'm telling you, man. These opiates, man, they don't need them. Don't need them. Get them out of your life, right? I was a slave to my opiates, right? Everything I did, all the work that I'd only go to work just so I can buy opiates. That's the kind of rut that I became in from the back injury. It was, I go to work just to buy opiates. That's it. That was my life. Man, man. Let's see. Crampton. I've never. Oh, helped you get off fentanyl? Jeez. Okay, Jesse Top G. Person. Top weed and Crampton helped me get off fentanyl. I tried tapering off and quitting like 5 times prior, but the withdrawals would always stop me. But taking Crampton daily for 2 weeks took away 90% of them. Wow. I mean, I've never heard. I mean, this Crampton was, it's something new to me. I've never experienced it, and I'd be very cautious in trying anything new just because of my previous addictions. I don't want to try anything that I'm gonna really like. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. It could be sweet. It could be sweet. I don't know. I have no knowledge on it. Revolving door, yeah. If you build it, they will come. All right. All right. Let's see. Sharky's been clean for 4 years. Congratulations, my friend. You know, let's see. I got, let's see. Boy, there's a lot of questions. Oh, hey, Flip. Welcome, my friend. Just joined the community. I appreciate you subscribing, my friend. Thank you for the support. Let's see what we got. What we got. It takes a. All right, Jesse Top G person. It takes a lot to actually give you the physical feeling of opiates, but it takes away the craving for opiates and stops most of the physical withdrawal symptoms. That's interesting. It's I mean, working out for me really helps. You feel this like endorphin rush. I feel happy. I feel happy when I work out. And my dad was a crackhead, and once he got off crack, uh, the doctor said, you screwed yourself up, man. You can never be happy again unless you're working out. You have to work out to get those endorphins going back again. And working out's great. I mean, crack is whack. I was a crackhead too. I'm telling you, I was a drug addict. Yeah. Okay. No, no, my friend. I do not sing, dance, music, musical man. Do you consume alcohol? I've been alcohol free since August 2019. Wow. Congratulations, man. You know, um, I don't. I don't. I quit drinking alcohol last December, and I've lost 50 pounds since then. 55. Let's see. NYC potatoes. My father relapsed and won't say much. The word getting crazy again. People just got to do what you love. Be better, honest, and positive. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the positivity. How long does it stay in your system? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You just finished the workout. Oh, Hannibal. Congratulations, man. That's a good one, right? 16 days in, my friend. Making a change for the positive. All my friends from around the world. Positive vibration. Joseph, I'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Hey, the business finder. I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you for taking the time. right, guys. Well, let's see. Any more questions? See, I just subbed. Glad I came across your live 100%. Hey, thank you, Hayden. I appreciate you taking the time to support. Only 20% do, so consider yourself one of the 20%. That's what my analytics tell me. There's a lot of people watching and nobody's subscribing. Hannibal, funny how you let yourself be at the end of workouts, then went back to control. Yeah, well, we ain't perfect, right? None of us are perfect. We just gotta keep moving forward, right? And we gotta check ourselves, right? Um, it's when we gotta check ourselves, right? Before we wreck ourselves, check yourself before you wreck yourself. A lot of times these emotions can just get out of hand real quick, and prison leaves its impression on you. That 0 to 100 thing. It's like, um, it's got to be recognized and then checked. You know what I mean? Let's see. Frank, hi Josie. How is your sleep normally? What is your active recovery days like? My sleep, I get about 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Uh, Recovery, I like Epsom salt, castor oil, turmeric, ginger. That's the stuff I like to use. That's my go-to for recovery. Let's see, what's my favorite band? Low Key Danger. I can't say. I enjoy a lot of music. Uh, Jason Top, Jesse Top G. Uh, for anyone struggling to get clean, just remember you can do it. You just have to really want it. It's not easy at all. It's a daily battle, but definitely worth it. You know what? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time to say that. Now, oh, it is a daily battle to stay clean, right? And you can do it. And I, I want to tell you that I was a heroin addict. I know you hear me saying that, but you don't really know what that means. That means putting dirty needles in your arms every day, sharing it with other people. Um, it's a very, very low vibration way of living, right? And in that low vibration, you can't see a way out. You can't see that things are going to get better. You could only see right here and right now. That's it, of the misery that is. All I cared about was doing that next shot. That was it. Um, but even though you can't see a way out, it's there. I mean, look at me. I'm sober. I'm not shooting drug. I'm not doing dope. I'm not drinking. I'm getting healthier, and I have a child, and I would never have expected that when, you know, back in the day when I was mixing up too much dope in the spoon because I was trying to give myself a hot shot, just trying to end it all, I couldn't see that there was going to be better days. I couldn't see past that point. And and here it is. And it's just, if you want to get clean, just know all you have to do is start, right? And you got to want it. You do. Let's see. Yes, my body was drastically different when I was an addict. No, no, man, I'm an addict. Like, I was doing meth. I was doing cocaine, I was doing heroin, whatever I can get my hands on, because the feeling of drugs were the only feelings that I had. I didn't know myself. If I wanted to feel something, I had to inject it in my veins. Um, yeah, those were some struggling days, my friends. Video watcher, hello. Thanks for all the videos on partial rep workouts. I tried it for chest today, and the pump was insane. Yeah. See, thank you for taking the time to comment and share, my friend, with your experience. The pump is instant. You know, people could talk about it all they want, saying it don't do nothing, but all they have to do is one set, get on the ground and try it. You'll see the difference, right? Let's see. Hannibal, can I give you a clue on what the workout will be after 30 days? Yes, my friend, we're going to start working on pulling exercises. Get our way up into doing pull-ups, and then we're going to do some advanced push-up methods as well. Like right now, this is just the basics, but there's a lot more really advanced push-up methods to progress to after this. So we'll be doing that. Flip. All right, yeah, we're gonna do this thing. We're doing it right now. You're here, we're doing it. Yes, my friend, I am. I built this body naturally in prison from being a heroin addict. Now, I'm just showing you the way that I did it. And this is the start. Let's see. How was the first week of quitting alcohol, and how many times you tried to quit before you did it? You know, it wasn't until I truly made the decision to quit that it happened. And I stepped myself down. I'm like, you know, so I quit in December altogether, right? But I was thinking about it quitting before December. And I started, just first I traded my beer for vodka, and then I gave myself limits, like, okay, I'm not allowed to drink until afternoon, because if I start drinking before noon, then I gave myself limits. Then I pushed it to 3 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I can't drink until 3 o'clock. Okay, then I pushed it to 6 o'clock. Okay, I can't drink till 6 o'clock. And then I'm like, okay, I'm only allowed to have like 3 drinks. I kept giving myself these stupid rules. And then finally, I'm like, well, just F all these rules. I'm barely drinking now. It got down to the point where I was barely drinking. I'm like, you know what? All right, it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, I could have a drink now. And eventually, I'm like, all right, it's December. I'm doing all these little rules. I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. So December, I finally just like, that's how I did it. Tapered down, I guess, right? All right. Let's see. I'm closet culture. I'm getting there myself. I hate drinking. Make me sick. I'm down to 1 week now, but I'm trying to go longer and longer. Yeah, I mean, it's a progress, man. I mean, building it's just like building a body, right? And so it's not going to be done immediately. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. You're going to have your day one. You're going to have your first week. You're going to have your first year. Uh, I'm not even a year yet. It'll be a year in December coming up. But it's progress. You know what you want. Just work towards your goal. You're doing great. But I feel terrible after I drink. I do. I feel bloated. Bloated and puffy and swollen. Yeah, no. Yes, my friend. It's drugs. Man, drugs are crazy. I mean, it just yeah, feel really good having those monkeys off my back. Not, because like my drive, my drive as an an addict, the drive of a junkie is such a powerful drive. I've never worked harder in my life. Um, scrapping and working two jobs, even just trying to do everything I can to get more. It's crazy to be driven by a drug just to get more. It's just so thankful to be over. So thankful. Oh, self, yeah. Ugh. That got me sick. Super sick. Yeah. All right, my friends. Thanks for hanging out. Let me see if I missed any really important comments here. Did I miss anything? I appreciate you all hanging out, showing your support. I do. Because we're all in the positive vibration, right? Yeah, Hannibal, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks, guys. Um, I'll see you tomorrow.